Hi, my name is Tiffany Cameron, Reggae Girl's top striker, and you are watching Ryan LFC YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Oh, and there's them here. This is Boom Boom, aka World Boom, the Billboard selector, and me I represent for Ryan LFC. To get the latest Reggae Boyz content, just hit that like and subscribe button. And the Operation Ball Game, I say, knock it, Ryan.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Morning, whenever you're watching back this video and the replay. Good evening, good night. Big up to everybody down in the comment section. Really do appreciate the love and support. Now we have a special guest in the studio. I want you guys to be respectfully. We have the Jamaica College big coach in the building. You know what I mean? I call them the Real Madrid when it come on to Jamaican football. Whenever JC go to final, they're a difficult team to beat. I told people the beginning of the season, when everybody speaking about Kingston College, speaking about Mona, and I keep on reminding people, say, hey, why you guys sleeping on Jamaica College? You know, this year, I don't think Jamaica College have, you know, the Junior Flemings, Rafi, Fiki Thomas, what them have over the years. But what we can say about Jamaica College team, there has been consistent, the only team in the Manning Cup to not lose a game. I am not talking about the island, I'm talking about Manning Cup. Right? It has been fantastic. Listen, people, we have the head coach and want to know what's the formula. What they teach the young men them up at Jamaica College is going to be here to explain all of them stuff there. So I want you guys to be respectful. All right? And represent. You represent for all the Jamaica College big people them out there. Coach, good evening. Welcome to the show, man. Thank you very much for coming, man. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. How are you doing?
Yeah, man. Good evening, man. Thanks for having me. Good night to your viewers and your listeners. I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Can't complain. Cold, as you can see in me, you know, something warm to keep me warm in the studio and thing. But it's really, really cold in Canada right now. Thinking about coming back home, you know. That's something I want to stay into for the rest of my life, man. You know, very, very cold. You know what I mean? Trust me.
I understand that, man. You know, Jamaica is the total opposite right now.
Can you imagine, Bridging, the place supposed to be busy and, you know, nice weather and everything down there in Jamaica, man.
For real, man. Christmas period, everybody is, you know, everybody is good.
Trust me. Telling you, man, from 2018, I came to Canada. I haven't go back to Jamaica one Christmas as yet, you know what I mean? So looking forward to go next year. Hopefully we have life and stuff and hopefully everything is good. But I'm really looking forward to go back home next year. Go eat some nice jerk chicken, the real jerk chicken and all of them stuff. The Bridging, when you live in a goal along at Jamaica, you know, I mean, nobody telling you nothing, you know. You know, live nice down there, you know. The food alone, man, no one better than yard, Bridging, and that's Jamaica. Believe it or not.
True, man. It's time for the curry goat and the manish water and the sorrel and all everything. The Christmas time, you know, the baking and the cooking.
Definitely. Yeah, and so first and foremost, and Alex Ferguson is related or something?
Not at all. Somebody I admire though, somebody I've watched over the years. Although I'm not a Manchester United supporter, I have a lot of respect for him because he's a leader, he's a champion, and he knows exactly how to get the job done, you know?
Just like Jamaica College, eh?
We try.
Definitely. We'll get into the formula of Jamaica College, but first and foremost, coach, tell us a little bit about your childhood life, grew up in Jamaica. Where you from? Where you born?
I'm from Westmoreland, originally from Westmoreland. I've been living in Kingston, between Kingston and St. Catherine since 2010. But I originated from Westmoreland. I attended Manning School. That's where I had a little initiation with coaching, but I'll get into that as we go along. But I started in a community called Frome. Frome was the first team, a schoolboy team in Westmoreland to actually lift the Doncaster Cup. That was in 2003. And that was a moment of inspiration for the parish. But that's where I started. I attended, as I said before, Manning's High School. I did 5 years there, where I thought that it played a pivotal role in my future or in my future successes. This year I had an opportunity to play against my past school in the Champions Cup. We played them in the quarterfinals and stuff, and it was an emotional moment because through and through I'm a Manning's person, I'm a Manning's man, and it was a difficult day, but it's football and it's the work, and we have to do what we have to do. But yeah, that's where I'm from, Westmoreland.
So when you attend Manning's High School, you play any football or anything in your young days as a young player or a young person?
Yeah, man, I used to play mostly cricket though, because cricket was my first love. I started playing cricket from primary school. I play a little cricket in high school, but in Manning's I play under 14. I play a little bit of under 16. I never get to play the Doncaster Cup, but my under 16 group actually won under 16 from Manning's. For those who know, it's the only significant trophy in football that Manning's has won. So people might be looking at the date that they won that and trying to check my age if I was a part of that under 16 team. But yeah, I was a part of that group. We had some good players. I think that group went on to actually make 2 semi-finals from Manning's. The national goalkeeper was a part of our group, Dwayne Carr. For years he played with us, both cricket and football.
So you just play for Portmore, right?
Portmore United. They call him Shrek, Dwayne Carr. Good keeper. For me, a better cricketer than footballer. He was a part of our journey there at Manning's also.
Definitely. So how you get involved in football, although you have more love for cricket and all of them stuff. Yeah. You play cricket for Manning's, right? So how do you love cricket and then you get over in football? What aspire to start to play football?
Football was something that I like, but I never like it more than how I love cricket. As I said, in 2003, Frome actually won the Doncaster Cup, and that inspired a lot of youngsters in the parish to want to get involved in football. I was playing a little football here and there, but I think I had a group of boys in the community of Frome, a little volatile area that I used to work with. One of those players ended up actually making a World Cup squad for Jamaica. So I actually started with them at about age 7 or 8 in a parking lot at the Frome Sports Complex. And in those days I had really nothing in terms of equipment, probably 1 or 2 balls, and I used to use like trouble bottles and box box as markers. So I was there with them through and through, right through, developing them, trying to get them to fall in love with the game while I was still attending high school in that period. There's a coach that I owe a lot to by the name of Boys Nichols, so they call him Bengelin, former national player. He was the champion coach in Westmoreland at the time, former champion for Reno as a player and as a coach. So I was there working with these youngsters until one day I got a phone call that Bengelin wanted to see you. In Westmoreland is like you're in England right now, and you hear that Pep Guardiola or Klopp call you, So when I got that phone call, I went by the school and he said to me that, Coach, I've been watching you for a period of time now with these youngsters, and I want you to join us at Frome as my assistant. And I said, really? But I'm not ready for that. And he said, no, man, just join me. And I went there, started out with him. Sadly, in that same year that I went there, he suffered from a Parkinson situation. He had Parkinson, so he was not really mobile and he was not really active. So although I was new to it, I had to take charge of the group. So I took charge of the group, and while being there, I finished the season. I think we went to the quarterfinals that year. We lost to Glenmere. That Glenmere team had on Andre Blake and those boys on it. We lost to that Glenmere team that year. And then from there on in, I started to just develop a love for it. But I would have gone to college before to do something totally different than football or sports. My first degree I did was in hospitality, entertainment, and tourism. So I had no background in coaching and football and all of that. But that was my first big foray into football. And one day, Wendell Downswell saw me and he said to me that, Coach, come and check me, man. Let us go through some stuff and try to see how we can organize some things because you have a bright future. So I would be there with him for like weeks. We would go through formation, modification, just the basics of systems of play and all of those things. So about 3 or 4 weeks, every day, I'd be there with him working. Until one day I said to him, I'm going to resign my work. At the time I was working at Beaches, Negril in the hotel industry. And he was saying to me, but you finish your degree and all of that and you're in a good job. Why you want to resign your work? I said, but I'm not doing something that I love. And he said to me, well, it's your choice. And I made a decision, but at the time my parents, they were not very supportive because they would have paid their money already and done complete a degree already. And I said, boy, I really not support you like that. So Donzo said, apply to GC Foster. And I applied to GC Foster and I got accepted. Didn't know how it was going to go, but I went there. The first time I went to GC Foster, I met a gentleman who is now deceased by the name of Glendon Hutchinson. He was the man in charge of football there. And he gave me a job. The first day I went to GC Foster, I was assistant coach for the collegiate team. And it helped to offset some of the costs in terms of schools and all of that, school fees and all of that. And I started with him. We won a few intercalls. Eventually in 2015, he passed. Sadly, he passed away and I had to take up the
role again.
Yeah, another difficult moment for me. But there on I think we won 3 consecutive intercalls after that. And during this period of time, I was also working at Hydel because I was assistant coach to Donovan Hales at Hydel. And I had some interactions with Halliman before, somebody who I have a lot of respect for. So I was between Hydel and GC Foster while still attending college. So I was coaching both and doing some stuff. Did well at GC Foster. Got a little foray in the national program. So I was invited in the national program by Coach Vinbley. A lot of people don't know this. I started in the national program coaching the females. So I was under 15, under 17, and under 20 assistant coach in the female program. And then I moved over to the under 17 boys with Andrew Edwards. And eventually a little bit of the under 20. But Vin Blaine brought me in the national program. And I worked with them for a little while, right up until about 2017 when I decided that I was going to stop. So from 2017, I've been out of that. I took a 1-year break from football and then the manager at the Reggae Boyz and at St. Jago at the time, Roy Simpson, contacted me and said, boy, coach, why you come back into the game? So I went to St. Jago. And when I went to St. Jago now, I went there late this season, the preseason. Did creditably well. I think we went to the second round or the quarterfinals in that season. And the next season, I think we went to the second round and we dropped out. But while I was there, I never knew I was being watched and courted by Jamaica College. So they have been watching me now for a while and stuff. And I can say this now, but in 2018, I was this close to getting the job there. Actually, in my mind, I would say I got the job, but the terms and the conditions was not what I wanted. So I had to say no in the end. And in 2019, they came back for me. And in that moment, I think everything was right. Sadly, I had to leave a good project that we had at St. Diego, and I went to Jamaica College. So that's basically from the jump to where I'm at now in terms of coaching and Jamaica College.
Okay, all right, we're gonna go through them one by one. So, what is it like growing up down in country, financial wise, though, going to school and going to college, and which college you attend at the time to finish a degree?
I think for me, I had a mother and a father who they were very supportive while I was going to school, high school, and first college. The first college I went to was a joint degree program I did between Montego Bay Community College and UTech. So I was between both places. I did 2 years at one, and I completed the final 2 years with UTech. So for that program, they were very supportive. In Westmoreland, wasn't bad. Growing up as a youth, I'd be lying if I said it was difficult. We had our challenges, but I think we had parents who really fought for us as siblings and wanted the best for all of us. So yeah, that's where I finished my first degree.
So definitely, so from being the assistant coach of Mannings, right?
True. I never actually coached Mannings.
Yeah, you coach Mannings too?
No, never yet.
Yeah. So what take you so long for go back to Mannings? Yeah, high school.
I don't know. I think the paths have not crossed yet. I don't know what will happen in the future. But for now,
definitely. Film. So you are a very good as a coach that you get into the firing line as quick as possible, and your first stint you manage to take the film team all the way to the Dakar Cup semi-final, get beaten by Jackie Walter as the coach.
Yes, he was.
Denmark, yeah, Jackie Walter is a very good coach, man.
Excellent coach.
I mean? Yeah, him and Liebert Aleman coach me too, so I know about the two of them and all of them stuff there. Two very good coach. I think at that time when playing football, they were ahead of them time. You know what I mean? Still two very good coach.
Two stalwarts in our program are in our football. I think I personally don't like how they have been treated, but that's another story. But two people that we can still lean on for knowledge and experience. They might not be modern in terms of who we are now, but there's always weight in knowledge and experience, and they have that in abundance.
Yeah. I would put my boy there right there with he coach what's his name? Man. He usual coach Rena too, man. Downswell, man. The knowledge of them have for the game. And a lot of people will think, oh yeah, they are 20 years ago they are them type of coach, but in football not much really change that they can still be a part of the program, advise or technical director and all them stuff there. And award them because, as you said, as a youth, they has done great for Jamaican football. But, when I was training the Jamaica under 17, Aliman and Jackie Walter is the coach at the time. So I think they has done a great job when it comes on to football in Jamaica and stuff. But coach, so you went to school, you get your degree, quit your job because you feel like you didn't really love it. Football, your interest really there. You want to be a coach, right? So which coach inspire you where you said, okay, this is what me really want to do and all of them stuff there? When you realize that you have a very good knowledge of the game and an understanding of the game to be a coach? At what age in our, you can't tell me here, you'd have to tell me your age.
I think in about 2008, 2007, when you get the seal of approval from Boys and Nichols, Bengal and a Wendell Downswell back in those days, and a Wagga Hunt, coupled with a Halliman in those days. I think once you got the seal of approval from those coaches, I think that is enough for you to know that this is something that you can do, and it is something that if you really put your head to it, you can be good at. So I think those initially, and as I said, Jackie Walters also, those initially locally were the coaches that I really look up to, and I had inspiration from them. Internationally, I've always admired Arsene Wenger, being an Arsenal supporter. Alex Ferguson, for me, was good. To the latter part, the Jose Mourinho's and all of those coaches. And now, in this era, the Klopp, the Pep, the Artetas, and those young coaches.
Definitely. So, coach, when you went to a big charity high school of Jago, how you get that job? Because you know that I'm going to be honest with you, as somebody from Kingston, you are from all the way from down in the country here. How you get these big jobs in town?
Good question. As I said, while at GC Foster College, I would be in and around football. So I was at Heidel early on with Halliman. I did a little bit with Halliman. I did a little bit with Donovan Hills. But I think being in the national program, because I started in the national program in the grassroots program, led by Andre Virtue. So we used to go around, myself, Walter Boyd, Donald Stewart, Fabian Taylor, and guys like those used to go around the island and really work with youngsters in all of the parishes then. So I think that was my first arrival on the scene, or announcement of an arrival on the scene. So people would start to pay attention to you a little bit. But when I got invited as a guest coach in the national program initially, I think that was when
you do open.
Yeah, Mr. Simpson, Rice Simpson, actually saw something in me. And he is actually from Spanish Town, very close to GC Foster. And at that time, I was doing well with GC Foster. So they would see the progress at GC Foster. And he always said that I wanted you to work with St. Jago. So he has always been saying it to me. It just never materialized until probably further down in the years. And I think once I got that job at St. Jago, it really announced me a little bit more publicly to the country or to the corporate area in terms of football.
Definitely. So the first time when Jamaica College come in for you, why at the time why you didn't feel it was the right fit for you to take the job at Jamaica College?
I had a few people. I have a few people who I listen to. I mentioned some of them before who I have a lot of time for. They mentor me a lot. When the job came up, as a matter of fact, I was actually in Barbados at a CONCACAF workshop that we were actually being trained to coaches. Was myself, Miguel Coley, Andre Waugh, Andre Virtue, and Wendell Downswell, along with Vin Blaine. So we're there and we're being trained to coaches. And while there, I got a little heads up that Coley might not be going back to Jamaica College after the 2017 season. So from there on, the interest was basically there. People started to reach out behind the scenes. I would have our informal conversations and stuff. and they would be tracking my progress. When I went there in 2018, and I actually did the interview and everything, and I was accepted. As a coach, it might sound a particular way, but I like to have people around me that I'm aware of. People around me that I can trust, and people around me that I believe that I bring them with me. So one of the biggest issue in football, especially in Jamaican football, is that stab in the back type of mentality. So I never wanted to go in an environment, especially like Jamaica College, where I never had control of the situation. I never had control of my destiny. So I wanted my staff, I wanted my people around me in terms of how I work. And in 2018, that was not possible. So I never accepted the job because I wanted to have my staff around me, people who I know, people who know me, and people who I've been working with for a period of time.
Coach, what kind of qualification you
have? I did a few overseas qualifications, but locally, I have the CONCACAF B license now.
Okay, so you have any license overseas? Like,
yeah, man, I have a diploma from CONMEBOL. I did it in Peru in 2014. I have a few professional observation stints with some clubs overseas in Peru, in Germany, and in Norway.
Okay. First and foremost, coach, people, like the video, people. Please, like the video, share your thought down in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe. This is the best place to get the latest Reggae Boyz news, schoolboy football, reggae girls, everything when it comes on to Jamaica. So make sure that you subscribe. Big up to Tennessee. Big up to all of the people down in the comment section. Mel, big up yourself. Curve, big up yourself. DNA football, big up yourself. Nothing but love and respect. Coach, you know the reason why I asked you that question, what qualification you have?
Let me hear now, don't know. Let me hear.
Because the way JC play, been telling people, say, yo, look at the structure. Or JC play. Or them put the ball down on the ground and play the football. Them play as a team and them play as a unit. What I think trick a lot of people this season with Jamaica College. Normally, Jamaica College would have some big standout player on their team. This season, for me, they have good player, but not that player that going to make a big, like, you know what I mean, like the Junior Flemings and the all of these, the Tariq, all of these top player in June from Jamaica College. They always have that. They are a good team, but they always have that present player with drive fear in people. But in my opinion, watching the team, from the first game I see you guys play against, I think you guys play against St. Diego or one of them school there, and the game he kind of wash out. Remember that game? St. Catching. And not gonna lie to you, I was one of them persons up on the Mona hype because I see the Mona team play. But when I watched that game in the rain, you know, and that was a piece of game at Jamaica College, and I was saying to the people, them say, hey, don't sleep on JC. I call him the Real Madrid of Jamaica. Difficult team to beat. You can't talk, all when you talk, so when you're the favorite and all of them things, but it's when it comes on the day, them always produce. Your team play different from every team in the Manning Cup. I must say that, coach. But why you think, before we get into the football thing, why you think JC don't get enough love? Just like me as a Liverpool fans, bro, I hate Real Madrid, bro. It's a team that always successful, always get a hard fight. You understand? Why you think Jamaica College have this stigma? Everybody, wait I call it recruit and all of them thing there. You guys have an amazing program because, yeah, you can just recruit. But if you don't have no structure, a lot of people don't understand. JC have a manager, them have a structure. Me understand the football panel every day. Because, yo, me get coached by Liebert Aliman. Me get coached by Jackie Walters. Me get coached by Bertis Bell. I know what a structure is from a team just have. Yeah, them have a whole heap of star baller, but if you look at the JC, well structured. Bro, JC run. I don't know JC, but my observation, JC run better than enough for the JPL club there. In a Jamaica. Is it so, coach?
To answer you, I think success breeds envy. Shouldn't be the case, but as you rightfully mentioned, success breeds envy. But I think Jamaica College on a whole, when you're winning so much, the neutrals want to see somebody else win.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And you can look at that as a person and say, wow. Yeah, cause I was listening to you, all season, I realized that you get that, like team that, like, people that really talk about also supposed to get. You're not saying that, but read your body language. You're very composed, you're very calm. I don't know if I'm reading it wrong. Is it that so, coach?
Yeah, man. I said it in an interview, Ryan, and I got a little bit of a backlash, right? But that's just who I am. Personally, in Jamaican football, I am not one of those well-liked person, well-liked coach, right? And you see, whenever
say that again, coach. Say that again.
In Jamaican football, in Jamaican coaching circles, I am not a well-liked person. I am not a well-liked coach, right?
Why do you think that, coach?
Personally, I don't care, because you see, when you cannot be programmed how people want to program you, it will be a problem. And I cannot be programmed, right? I don't take program because I don't believe in giving program to nobody at all. We're all free people, free mind, and you're supposed to express yourself how you want to express yourself. So I think myself also kind of bring some of that hate. Probably hate is a strong word, or that dislike to Jamaica College. Also, when I went to backtrack a little bit, when I went to Jamaica College in 2019, there was this player that wanted to join us. Big name player right now in the JPL, big name player in schoolboy football at the time. And when I went to meet with the player said to me that he cannot go to Jamaica College because at Jamaica College there are too many. He used the word too many players are the man. Them are the man, and that it's like you mentioned the Maggie and the Fleming and the man there. His words were, in Jamaica College there's too many the man, and I said to him that in my program the team is the man, not any individual. So if you recognize in the last few seasons, especially since I've been here, you won't have nobody scoring like 20 or 30 goals. You won't have nobody that they say, all right, this is the person that is the face of Jamaica College, because I believe in the collective more so than the individual. So I coach the collective. And in some games, I don't think I need to pad stats. So for example, I don't need to play certain players against certain opponents to score 6 or 7 goals. And at the end of the season, you hear them score 20 goals or 30 goals or 40 goals. Because it doesn't give well for the development. So what we normally do is to use those first 2 rounds to really develop players, to give fringe players and the younger ones opportunity. So that come the next year, they would automatically now be recognized as senior players or players with Manning Cup experience. So I think that is how we operate where that is concerned. So you won't see a team that I coach that you're gonna say this player. People will recognize good players because we're gonna have good players. But I don't create a 1 or 2 star. I want the team to be the star. And the team is what carries everybody else after that.
That's a very good, very good point. But my question to you, why do you play Tyree Zemini's out of position?
Good question. Now, let me give you a little background on Tyreek. So I coached Tyreek from age 11 or 10. A lot of people don't know this. I was working at Harborview right up until about April of this year. In every single department of Harborview, I've worked. From under 13, under 15, under 17, senior team, right up. I've worked at different levels at Harborview. So I know Tyreek Zemini is from, he was a little kid. And about 2 years ago, I had a conversation with him that for me personally, I think that you're an attacking player, right? We had a discussion about it 2 years ago. COVID came. In that year, I wanted to play him in a center forward position and to develop him in that position from then. But COVID came, it never happened. He went and played Premier League. He did well in the right back position. When he came back to me last season, a lot of people don't know. He started last season with me playing wing, left wing, right wing. Last season in a football game that we were trailing stats, where Len really announced himself on the scene. To me personally, I made a tactical shift and I played him in the center forward position in that game. We recovered the game, I won the game, I think 5-2 in the end. So from there on in, I've always see him as a attacking player. In this team though, we had a defensive line that was set that we never really wanted to disrupt. So I saw him as the perfect person to really give some oomph or some push to that forward line, whether on the sides or through the middle. So that was basically it. So to say this, I don't know if I'm really speaking out of turn, but he has a professional opportunity coming up in the new year, in the next year. And the club that is interested in him, call him after watching him in the offensive position and ask him, who is it that came up with that idea to play there? And he said his coach. And the people from that club in Europe got a personal phone call to me, trying to pick my brain just as how you're asking me these questions. And when I answered them, they said that they're getting 2 player in 1 because they're going to now earmark an offensive coach to work individually with him also to see how he can develop because they see huge potential for him in an attacking position. So for me, I don't think it is out of position, but his best position might be a little bit off the sides.
You know why me ask you that question, the coach? We see him get a call for the senior team. And I understand and I respectfully I'm not go bash or anything for that. But in my opinion still, because I saw him, I don't see much of him. You as a coach, you see him from a tender age coming up. Fair point. You get a pass for that. But because I see him playing right back and him play right back for the senior team and we looking for a right back. And I always just say, yo, and that's why it's very important to speak to coaches and ask them why they make this decision. Because you know me, I just said here, I'm going to tell you. I was going to say to you, coach, because you want to win the Manning Cup, you play him out of that position there. That same here, the JC mentality, them just want to win, and them have the experience. Let's push him up there, sir. But get an understanding where you just say, and me agree with it. Me just tell you the truth. That's what was in my mind.
There's always method to the madness, man. There's always something behind it. But when a decision is made sometime, because as coaches, when we go in front of camera, sometimes these questions are not asked in a way where you can give that information to the public, or as coaches, you probably choose not to. But again, for me, he can play multiple positions, and he's still in his development years.
Yeah. For just the Bush, I think just not said much about it, coach. I made a video on it. I don't want you to comment, I just want you to listen. Right? I made a video on it that he's on him way going in to Belgium.
In a few weeks, we'll know.
And he's waiting on him documents. He's waiting on him documents from the embassy. I'm not wanting to comment on it, but that's what I'm hearing. All right. So hopefully, somewhere where I'm going to go where Genk or Belgium, one of them big team the way, believe in a youth and just going to give him that opportunity for him to strive. You understand? But I watch him in the under 20. And my God, coach, I beat him. Coach, I don't ramp in, man. When we see youth have a talent, and I think, I don't know, you can't tell me because you know him as from a tender age. I saw him in the under 20 and him have these things and him have on glass and him. I mean, I say, yo, brother, you know, reach nowhere yet, man. Calm down. You get to me and say, coach, you see him as them person where, sometimes we as a youth, because I play Manning Cup, and get called for Jamaica under 20, under 17, and I feel like me reach, my chest out there, so. And, as a young man that play the football, I say, boy, he's a good player in future, bright. I'm a city talent. And for me, I think him have a poor tournament because I was expecting a lot from him. Seeing him playing against Catalonia team, playing very good, play a few games in the World Cup qualifier, come on and him play well. I say, okay, this is Alvarez Paul replacement. So in that under 20, I give him a lot of stick, but I have time for this young youth. And what different from football? Talk to me a little bit about him, coach. Is that them type of person that are sometimes these things can happen to a youngster?
When we have youngsters in our care, it's our job to really manage them. I think no youngster who is on the cusp of playing a World Cup qualifier tournament is gonna tell you the honest truth about his well-being. So he was not fully fit, and in my mind, he should not have played not being fully fit. Right? The Catalonia tour, actually, he sustained an injury. If you watch that game, he had an injury in that game. I think he had the injury going into that game also, but it was aggravated in that game. But he wanted to play. This is his dream, playing under 20 World Cup qualifiers for his country. So he wanted to play. So I think that was probably why he had, as you rightfully mentioned, a very poor tournament, way below his normal standard or what he's capable of. But as a kid, humble, decent kid. I've never seen him as this hype type of person. But again, success sometimes can really cause an upstir where certain things is concerned. So as coaches, as people around him, as a part of his support staff, is to really keep him level-headed, because at the end of the day, if he's not level-headed, no matter the talent that he has, he's not going to reach very far. We have seen many examples in Jamaica who come up, and because of the hype and not being level-headed, they're basically nowhere now. But for him, I think he has a fairly good support system around him. And he would have also learned from that experience that you have to trust your body. And at the start of this season, and it's something that I want to publicly also address, he was with us, registered and all of that, but he had an injury carrying. So for us, he wanted to play from about the second round. But for me, I know that there's bigger things ahead for him. So I could have used him early and just go through the motion, still do well because he's above the competition in certain games at that stage of the competition. But for me, his well-being was more important, and I knew what was on the horizon for him. So I had him working individually with the trainer and stuff, and trying to get him ready fully for whenever I think he's ready. If he was not ready at all, he would not have played. So for me, I think the under 20 was a shambles for him because he wasn't being honest with himself and his coaches and telling them that he was well when he was injured. But he's youngster and he has to learn from experiences as such.
Definitely. Boy, coach. I'm not lying, no coach. You know me, no coach. I just always tell the players, the manager, coach, I always go criticize and uplift players and coach when I'm supposed to get uplift. And that's why I always say, I didn't know you went overseas to get this education. I am a big fan of our young coach going overseas, going out there to get that experience, going to club, do a lot of workshop and all of them stuff there. I think how important it is for coach to have a good understanding of the game and get the right qualification. Because coach, and this probably sounds strange, a lot of people will upset about this. Me always upset people, but I think the way Jamaica going still in a coach. I think all of us, our coach, need to get a degree, first degree. You know why I'm going to say it's very important, coach. Because you see, when we listen to Miguel Cole, when we listen to Downswell, when we listen to Alleman, you see all them talk about the game, the Neville Bell, the Craig Butler, all them speak about the game. It's like you can see how the game are playing on the pitch. I can't do that with most of the Jamaican coach. They can't explain themselves. I have a problem with that. Because, no, seriously, coach. And I always say, either the Football Federation are going to help them, but the man them need to help themselves too. Them need to go take out loan at the bank because they might get good pay coaching some good Manning Cup team, man. They might get good pay, go take out a loan and go overseas, go improve in yourself and get the thing better because coach, our biggest problem is coaching, And then the second thing, administration, You understand? I think the coach need to improve themselves. That's the level at the raise of the game. More want to see more team play like Jamaica College. More want to see more team play like the Georges. More want to see more team play like Clarendon College. Didn't it? How we ever get that? Better coach. We need our best coach at the youth level. You understand?
Yeah, man. I definitely agree with you in some parts there. I think when you have people who have a certain level of qualification, it always gives to a better output. But there's always place or space for everybody on the ship. I personally believe that. Everyone will not be able to attain a first degree, but to have the qualification plus.
But coach, in Europe though, that is a must though.
No man, I get in there now. But for me, there is something in education or in life that is called psychology. And I believe that one of our biggest problems is that we don't have more people who have an education in psychology. So even if you can't get a degree per se, I think there is something that you must do in psychology because you're dealing with people and you have to understand how the mind works, how people think, or how things operate. But to backtrack, when you say coaches and administration in Jamaica are the two biggest problems, I don't know in what order you put it, but I'm going to rearrange it for you. So I put administration and everything comes below that. Because if you're allowed to do something, you're going to do it. But if you have proper administration in place that have standards, that have checks and balances that you must attain, be it whatever the situation is, right? If you have those things in place, everything else has to fall in place. And coach education is the biggest thing that we have to improve on in this country to really bring the football to the next level. But we have a whole heap of coaches who have probably no formal education and still have enough to impart. So we have to find a way now how we bridge that gap to eventually move from that phase to phase out to the stage where you're only using people who have a particular level of aptitude in the game, because that's the only way to improve it. But to just come and just make a flat rule, say you have to have this now.
No, yeah, all right. So yeah,
problem. So of course,
I agree with you. I agree with that, and you put it in, you explain it better for me, so the viewer of them can understand. So thank you very much for that, coach. But coach, I really want to get in the nitty-gritty of JC, you know. The first time you take over in a JC, walk me through what you put in place to get this success of this Jamaica college team.
I think for me, wherever I've worked, I always believe in implementing a structure. So one of the biggest things I wanted at Jamaica College was, and I'm not a power hungry person, so I don't want people to think I'm a power hungry, but I wanted control of the entire program. I didn't want control only of the Manning Cup team. I wanted control of the under 14, the under 16, and the under 19. So the Pepsi, the Coles, and the Manning Cup. Because for me, that is where success is going to come from. And that is where sustainable success is going to come from. So when I took over, at each level, we tried to implement a structure from the under 14 to the under 16 to the Manning Cup in terms of staffing. So that's the first thing I address. One person cannot coach a team. So we afford them the luxury of having a physical trainer, access to a goalkeeper court, physios, the therapist, the masseur therapist. So that's the first thing I did. Just put a structure from the 14 to the 16 to the 19. So,
okay. Right. So, coach, so for Jamaica College, you're under 15. No, so under 14, so them have the same coach. Cause you see, me tell you, say, you see, same structure where you have, you're talking about having control over the whole program, because up there, so and I really hope they say it start from me now. I learned this from Liebert Alleman and Jackie Walters. They control the great coach them control. They have a saying on the lower level come up, because that's where the fruit is coming from. That's where the fruit is coming from. So if the fruit's not bear, how you're going to get success up there? You understand? But how many staff you have? How many staff you have on the coaching staff? And the under 14 and the under 16 and the senior team.
So each team has a manager. So they have an assistant manager. But the overall program has a general manager, and that's Ian Forbes. So all team manager report to Ian Forbes. So the under 14 have a manager, the under 16 have a manager, the under 19 have a manager. They have a head coach. Each unit have a head coach. Then each unit has an assistant coach, right? Then we have one goalkeeper coach who stretches across the entire unit. Right now we have Spider, Clive Wedderburn.
Top coach, man. I produce my man.
Yeah, man. So he stretches across all programs. And then we have a trainer who actually also stretches across the programs. And then we have the masseurs who work with the entire unit. We also have an equipment manager who works from the top right down to the bottom. So he has 2 or 3 people who work under his guidance. So in terms of all unit, they have that staffing. So in terms of the technical team, that is the basic structure of it. The under 14, the under 16, and the under 19. We also have at the under 19 something that we really use mostly with the bigger ones in terms of our video analysis. So we have the games recorded, and we have somebody who would just dissect them in terms of how we want them, so we can go over the games or go over different aspects of the game. So that's something that we have. at that level. But all the games, 14, 16, they are videotaped for all purposes.
So, but so how much money Jamaica College spend on them program? What Jamaica College I do where the Football Federation can with structure? We will get to that. We'll get to that. We're talking about your thing on Jamaica College. We get to that. But people, you see why them money now lose the Manning Cup? You see why them money always win the Manning Cup? You see the structure with the man them have? I'm telling you about that. Hungry man can't win football game, believe it or not. And that's why when it come on to winning the Manning Cup, the JC and the KC, because these men pumping money in their program. You understand? No nutrition.
When I hear that quote earlier from you, I know Hollyman actually work with him. Hollyman is somebody that I learn a lot from. And he always said that.
Nutrition is key.
Hungry man can't fight. Hungry man can't win nothing. You know? So, very, very important at all levels. That way, we feed them right. It's a must. You have to feed them right. Hydrate them right. And you have to earmark youngsters. Put them on a pathway. So, you identify a youngster, for example, at the under 14 level who has enormous talent. But when you look at him, you realize that he have some deficiency in terms of nutrition. So what you do is to put that youngster on a program and try to get that youngster to get physically better.
Sure.
So I think from the 14 right up, it is something that we have. People will say that we give more attention to that with the bigger ones, but it's because that is the one that is under the microscope. But everyone actually benefits from our nutrition program.
Coach, it's great to God. I wish I was still playing for Excelsior when Libert Aliman, Coach Karome, Coach Riley, all of them. Bridget, when I go Excelsior, I never eat so much food in my life, brother. I never take so much supplement in my life. Go to the gym and all of them stuff there. I it's kind of dodgy gym still, because I never really like the pain up. And now I kind of understand why the importance of the gym work, you know. The season lasts for 3 months. Your body can manage your weight, especially when the first round and the second round when I just play game after game, the 3 o'clock and all of them stuff there. May I tell you, I have never played for a professional team like Excelsior. When it comes on to nutrition, going to bed on time, sleep under the AC, rest well, all of them stuff there. Lunchtime, we go for a lunch. We don't really eat from the canteen. We have a chef, we go eat the food. You know, we're morning time, we wake up, breakfast. You know what I mean? Yo, Excelsior, I tell you, and the coach said you will never ever get that unless you go overseas. And I'm right. Coach Liebert Aliman was right. And that's why when these team winning, I am telling people it take more than a lot of people in the street just a talk. Them don't really understand what it take. You understand? Because I'm a part of the football and I know the thing. So to see Jamaica College having the success and the especially the boys school and all of them stuff there. So you talk about that you put in place. So what next after you put them thing in place? The most important thing in your opinion?
I think also to add a little thing that I never mentioned. So when I went there in 2019, it was when the rule came in, the quota rule. So before that, schools are allowed to go anywhere in Jamaica and just take whoever they want. Mm-hmm. But when I went to JC in 2019, the rule actually took effect. So we couldn't go and take players. And there was many words on the street that the KC, the Judges, the JC will no longer win because they can't go to the schools, other schools, and get the players. But I think if some people just actually take some time and look at what these schools do, I think they can probably add a thing or two to their program. So what we did was to implement a database system because I wanted to know every single boy in JC from first form to sixth form who have football background, whether they play under 14 before, under 16 or whatever. So I created a database from there on in right on. The first thing I did was to put on inter-form competition because I knew what was in the school and there has to be talent. You can't have a boys' school of that much number and you have talent hiding in the school. So we put on a competition, look at some youngsters, collect some database. Some of them actually play this year, who we actually started or identified back then in 2019 or in 2020. So we did that.
You're your time, man. You're your time, coach. Coach, you're your time. People, talk to me now, man. Talk to me about the coach, you know, man. Coach, trust me, I know so much about it. Sorry for you, but all of these things where we are talking about, me and ask the Football Federation. Forgetting that. And that's why I tell you, say them no want to do it. But go on, coach. I'm not ready for them. That's why I'm going to beat them more. If Jamaica College can put it in a database. Sure, man. I'm an idiot. I'm a fool. It can be done. Go on, coach, man. Sorry about that, man.
Yeah, man. So we had that. What we've started to focus on is at the lower level a lot. We try to go around and watch the prep and the primary schools and try to see the youngsters from early. If you recognize since 2019, or even before my time, it used to happen a lot too. But we are back-to-back under 14 champions and now all island under 14 champions. Every single season we have actually been also to the under 16. So the program that is underneath is very strong because we're very, very deliberate in terms of what we do there. We have youngsters in my mind, or we have a layer in the program that for the next 3 to 4 years, these players will matriculate right through, because it's something that we want to do over the long term. It is a dream of mine in terms of trying to bring through 1 or 2 or 3 set of players from Pepsi.
That was funny problem, you know. That JC get a lot of problem. But me, you know what? Me now have a problem. I like your idea and I rate that. If you know, say you're giving the youth them in the school away from first part an opportunity. But I rate that as a coach. I mean, I have no problem with this. But here the thing now. JC standards is up there. So if you're not good enough for make the JC thing, go make another school. It's just like football other team. What people are mad about it for?
And just to add to what you just said, Ryan, it's all about standards. And you can't reward mediocrity because we're teaching the youngsters bad example or bad lessons. So this year, for example, right, there's a particular school that have 6 Jamaica College players. 6 players left Jamaica College this season, and they actually played. I think 5 of them played for that school in Kingston in the Manning Cup. But in their minds, they move on because they would have been developed by us to a point, but they thought that they would probably not get the game time. And probably rightfully so. They move on. They play for this school, a traditional top school. The results were not good. And then in the end, people were saying, but it really buys into what you were saying, because if they went to this school, 6 of them, 6 strong, and they cannot make that impact to take the school at least to the quarterfinal or the semifinal of the competition. A traditional big school in a Manning Cup, right? It means then that our assessment of them was right. So is it that we are giving opportunity for the sake of just giving opportunity, or we're giving opportunity to people who actually deserve it?
Yeah. Coach, that means say no, because you come from Jamaica and any man for put, bro. You see what me learn at school at Excelsior? Coach, when I leave Excelsior, my last year of school, I cry living in water. I say, coach, you can't give me a jersey. You have to earn the right to put on the Excelsior jersey. Brethren, since Liebert Aliman leave Excelsior, me I see so much Excelsior jersey. Me see some man a weird. Bro, I know so it go. When you play for Aggie Animo, when Liebert Aliman a coach, my brother, him have all of the jersey them. The man say, yo, you have to earn the right. Not because you come to school. So I don't know where the people them at Jamaica I get the thing twisted. Coach, I'm straightforward and minx my word, you know, when I talk, you know. Me I tell you what it is. So if you don't want to hear what me I say, nobody come on my program. Because I go just tell you the harsh reality and the truth. Yeah? It's not supposed to go. So if you can't make Jamaica college team, it's just like any other school or any other football team in the world. You come up through the rank, through Liverpool, you're not good enough to make the senior team. Nothing wrong if you go Arsenal or one of them team there. So what
Exactly.
you in Jamaica for? Me hear it on the radio and all of them things there, you know. Nobody tune me there Canada. Me hear me know everything what go on down there because I tune in. Because me want to learn, so when I come and talk to the people there. Me know what
I fully agree with you on that.
You understand? So people, you know, stop that. So I like where you are as a coach say, yo, you want to make sure that you give the youth them opportunity. Not because you give them the opportunity, but if they're good enough to deserve to put on that Jamaica college jersey. Bro, when me mad when I leave Excelsior and I see some local youth told them I cheat Excelsior, brother. I'm crazy because guess what? In my time, you can't do certain thing. Liebert Aliman, may I tell you, bro, I never win the Manning Cup, but I got several Manning Cup semi-final. And I give away one against Idle when Aliman a coach. Yeah? But, you see what me get, may I tell you, I thank God to Excelsior I go because not only playing football, but the way I life. Bro, I come from Rima, I appreciate what Aliman do for me as a young man.
You have to teach people, you have to teach these youngsters these life lessons. It's just like in life, if you're going out the world and things are not going to be handed to you, you don't have no right to anything. Right? You have to work for what you want. And even when you have work, you have to work at a particular standard. Right? And once you don't meet a particular grade or a particular standard, opportunities now will come your way like that. There are levels to everything, you know. And it's just for a player or a person in life now just to find that level that they're at. But we have to put some respect, as you said, on the shirt. So I remember even Halliman the same. Years ago when Halliman used to coach in the national team. And tell me this. When you come to national trials or national training, you can't put on the jersey, you know. So normally give you bibs because it should be a pleasure. It should be a privilege where you earn to put on the Jamaica color at any level. So a man just going on the program and you throw a jersey on him back. You have to earn that. So that's something where I come up right through the system. You have to earn it. And you have to teach the youngsters them say, yo, that's something you have to earn. You don't have no right to nothing. You understand? So once them understand that over time, I think for their own development as a person, I think it's the best thing for them.
Definitely. So after you put in all of these strategy, right? You have a weird, like you have in your brain coach, I say, yo, you know, say, this is all more for play. You know, like, you know, some coach that, like me, would have seen a Liverpool player, I say, boy, you know, say, if me that coach or somebody that like a team for play, or you just coach and the players them you have, and you adjust your system, or your picture you want your team to play?
It's a combination of both. So I have an image in my head, but not all the time you have the resources to accomplish the picture you have in your head. Mm-hmm. So and that is why the development come in now. So at Jamaica College, I would have set the standard or the template in terms of how we want to play. Surrounded mainly by principles. There are certain concepts that each unit have to accomplish. Each team have to go through. But when you don't have a particular set of player, it doesn't mean that you change your way of playing, you know. But you have to adapt sometime just because you can't really have the players that you want. So it's a mixture. So what we want to always do is to try to force the youngsters to develop in a way that can translate to the next level. So you won't see a team at Jamaica College now just goalkeeper spot the ball and centre back go behind and just hoof it up the field to nobody, and then we hope and pray say something will happen. So what we like to do is to try to build the attack from the back. So we like to use the goalkeeper in the build-up, use our centre back in the build-up, and try to progress through the thirds in terms of how we play. Similar to something that we see a lot of these clubs doing now in terms of how they play, because these players, they're exposed to a lot of football. So they see the game every weekend on the TV in the European leagues. So they are very impressionable at that age. So what we put in their brain is something that will live with them. So teaching them now how to do it in terms of how they build the player from the back, how they play through the thirds, is something that we enforce, because I like the game to look good on the eye. I don't like the game look ugly. I don't like to not be in control of how things operate at the football field. You can't control everything, but there are certain things that you can control. We like to be in control of that. So that's something that we implement right through, where we try to get all units playing. Not all the time the same in certain people's mind formation, but the same game model we implement right through, from the 14s right up to the under 19.
Definitely, coach. So, Manning Cup champion, 31 time, Real Madrid. Every time me remember Real Madrid, it always remember Jamaica College. You know what I mean? I think they have a similar just mentality, just win. No matter no care them go to the final, them go win, brother. I'm upset with that. You understand? And you know, me I go tell you straight, coach. Jamaica College are one of the luckiest team in Jamaica. Would you agree?
Luck is something that you have to earn, you know, you have to make. You have to make. So it can be either way. It can be looked at as that, and it can be looked at as you work hard enough and you get what you deserve in the end.
Definitely. I'm just most staying here, coach, because in football, you have to create your own luck. Right? You have to create your own luck. My saying that because I played Jamaica College 2 times, 2011 and 2012. And my team destroyed them, brother, and the man them just one thing I tell people. When you're playing against Jamaica College, you cannot just score on the one and you think you win. You have to directly juke out them eye, bridging. You can't make them come back, because them is a team. No care how I may tell you say, yo, just picture people, may tell them about Real Madrid. No matter how you beat them with position and you attack them. If you don't score, them just going to get one chance and put it in the back of the net.
Ask Man City about it.
Definitely. So, coach, Manning Cup champion, right? Manning Cup champion, Champions League champion. I call it the Champions League. What are the plan and the strategy in this season, Manning Cup? Brilliant season. You guys score over 50 at goal in the Manning Cup. Unbeaten in the Manning Cup. Keep around what?
15 clean sheets.
15 clean sheets, and you guys concede about 8 goals or 7 goals, right? 7. May have the stats in about, you know. But you guys has done amazing. What are the preparation leading up to this year Manning Cup?
I think it was one of the best preparation that I would have been a part of at Jamaica College. We have a trainer or a performance coach by the name of Jason Henry. They call him Bojo. For me, one of the best in the country. So he would have conditioned the team on a physical level. We started very early. So what we did, I think for us this year, which was really important, is that we never had one major injury. There's no injury in our season that really derailed us. So we started early, as I said, with the focus on injury prevention. So we started to assess them, start to work on injury prevention by applying corrective measures to imbalances that we might see in players physically. And then we start to build that base from preseason right on in. We had a few camps outside of the corporate area, and we had a very good camp at GC Foster. We spent, I think, 10 days there, where we got in some good work. So I think the base was set in terms of going the long haul. When we saw the draw also in June that we got, the group that we got, I don't know if I should say this, because it's probably me giving away a little bit of a secret.
You know, I was asking you because I think you're giving away a lot. But guess what, coach? Don't be like Ressa coach. Yeah.
No, man, it's all about people getting to understand and improving. If everybody improves, football improve.
Yeah, because Carl Brown tell me that Ryan coach in Jamaica, they just want to keep information. And he must say, when him go overseas, it's better for you share the information to
Absolutely.
Even Pep Guardiola and club said it. You know what I mean? To get everybody improve and things. So go ahead still, coach.
And there's not much secret again in football. So as I said, we built that base. We had an excellent base. When we saw the draw, the Manning Cup draw, I think that we looked at it and we said that if we are going, and this is something that I've always done since I've been at Jamaica College, we want to peak at a particular stage in the season. And if we're going to peak, this group is not going to really challenge us how we want or how we should be challenged, right? Mm-hmm. So what we did was we decided to extend our preparation phase into the competition. So while we were playing first round games, second round games, we were using this as part of our preseason preparation, because if you want to go the long distance, you have to have this, right? Mm. So we use it as part of our preparation. We extended our pre-competitive phase, and we use the first round as part of that preparation. So we're still building that base. We had a measure early after competition in terms of where we likely can go or what we need to do to finish at a particular stage. So I think from the outset, the preparation was skewed towards peaking right in and around the semi-finals at the competition. So we want to peak semi-finals, finals, because we want to get that high or that optimum level of performance when we reach that stage. So I think that was basically the preparation to reach at that stage in the best physical condition.
Yeah, even when the season started, we were telling the people that, because Miguel Cole, a few of the Jamaica College coach do the same thing. I think Jamaica College and all as a school, they always start out a little bit slow to the block because of they trying to get to make everybody play to get the best level and get everybody to fit in and be a part of the team. So that's why sometime early part of the season, Jamaica College just grab everybody that attention. You understand? But sometimes the people, the fans, them don't really know much about these things. So, you know what I mean? It's
the reality also, Ryan, is that there's no prize to be won in first round or second round. They don't win this competition in first round or second round.
True. So coach, so what are your long-term plan for Jamaica College? Because basically, only thing I didn't win this year is the Olivier Shield and stuff. What are your long-term plan? What do you want to achieve at Jamaica College? Because you win a whole heap of trophy at Jamaica College, you win everything in schoolboy football to win. What are your long-term plan with Jamaica College? What you try achieve?
To be honest, I have a contract at Jamaica College.
Contract. Talk to me, coach. Don't laugh, you know, coach. Don't laugh, cause them man take anyway, coach. Them man take Jamaican football. The fans them for some look done said, Bridging. Oh, Jamaica College can have contract. Tie down, coach. We can't have it at the senior level. I will get money from FIFA. Man, anyway, coach. Go on here, coach. Contract. Is that how long? How long the coach? How long the contract is, coach?
The current contract that I'm on have a few more years on it to go. But personally, as I said, we have in my mind some of the best youngsters coming up through the youth ranks. I would have built that relationship with them. A lot of them I would have also played a role in getting them to Jamaica College. Talking about players between the ages of 14 and 16, who I believe can actually make a mark, not only on Jamaica College football, but on Jamaica's overall football. So I feel indebted in a way to these youngsters to really bring them through, to develop them, to move them on to the next level. Even from this group that we have now, I can tell you we have about 5 or 6 of them from this group who have professional offers within the next weeks to months, 5 to 6 months that they definitely will move on to. So it's something that we try to create for them. So it's about just creating opportunities for these youngsters, trying to get them to see the game in a different lens. Football is bigger than just Jamaica. It extends far outside of Jamaica. And if you have the right talent with the right attitude, you can actually reach to the next level. So it's trying to help as much of these youngsters to reach to the next level. We have a lot of youngsters that we also push into colleges or universities, because not everyone will play professional football. So we try to create these avenues for them. So for me, it's just a continuation, trying to continue to do the right thing in terms of giving these youngsters a good football education and then move them on to bigger things.
All right. We are getting to the nitty-gritty now, coach. Big up to Bahamas. Big up yourself, brother. I think you have some young coach that I have them for my program, but they went to GC faster. And I know the reason why them here. I know them a fan of the show, but I haven't seen them for months. But I know the reason why them here because it's you. Football in 5, big up on yourself, because on a part of the GC Faster family. So I know say because the big coach is there, that's why I'm there. Coach, all right? I'm in mince murder now, all right? Great. I like where I try to achieve at Jamaica College. But I will speak to somebody, big, powerful person in Jamaican football. And I'm not going to call him name. The security of thing. But I'm going to shoot on the down up at Jamaica College for this. And when I look on it, what him say, he wasn't wrong. Right? You have to convince me, say Ryan, boy, that statement there is a fraud statement. All right? Now, coach, the person said to me, Ryan, you realize you notice me not go for the Jamaica College players? I say, why? He said, Jamaica College players, they are luxury players. Meaning, he want a player that have heart and not player that will get everything. So them get everything. So they on a baby them at Jamaica College. Right? And him said to me, next thing him said to me, say, Ryan, look at the stats. The stats show you say Jamaica College has been dominant Jamaican football, but how many of the Jamaican College players them play at the highest international level and stand out when them leave Jamaica College? Why are we rebuttal to that?
All right. So the first thing I'd say towards that, Ryan, is that I've always said to people that nice guy don't win anything in sports. Right? If you're a nice guy, you don't win anything in sports. So the fact that we have won so many, automatically that should answer that part of that question. But if you look at players that Jamaica College would have produced over the years, I think we have players who are playing in different parts of the world at different levels of football. It's all about, as I said before, success breeds envy. But coaches, whether in national team or other programs, they have the preference. Everybody have the choice of players, and you can't really kill a coach because if tomorrow morning Pep should go to Liverpool, he might say that he doesn't want a Van Dijk or he doesn't want Allison. So different coaches like different things, like just different people in life like different things. So it's a matter of preference. So it's what that particular coach or person, as you mentioned in JFF, wants. At the end of the day, that's their choice.
Not in JFF. Not in JFF. But we don't want people know who me attack still. But anyway, yeah, but him right, you know. Him right. Meaning the players them outstanding in the Manning Cup, but like a player like a Terry McGee. To go to that next level, just an example of Terry McGee. Like, you know, some of the big top school them, you know, them have player that went on and represent for the well in Europe and thing. Jamaica College would have Junior Flemings. I would say Junior Flemings do very well in the United States, but struggle to adjust in France. Right? I can't really look at it and say, yo, boy, the big ball here for Jamaica College are tear down the thing. I'm gonna see. So you need to prove me, you need to prove me you are Jamaica College, you going to change that. As some know you're going to be separate from the rest of greatness coach, the rest of great coach in Jamaica. So can you say to me on the Ryan Sports Classic, where the most credible on social media right now, can you tell me that you're going to change that?
I can't tell you. You know why I can't tell you? Because in the Jamaican football dynamics is not only schools, or in this case Jamaica College, who has control of a player. Clubs play an important role in these players' development. As a matter of fact, I think they have the players a lot more than how schools have them. So a player might gain prominence through a school, but the overall development of that player, the responsibility is normally to a club. And now we have academies coming on board and on stream. So what you can do is to give him that initiation or try to help him while you have that player in your care. But Jamaica College don't sell a player because we're not a club. So when that player moves, he's moving through the vine or through the conduit of a club. So these players' development are a lot thereof where that next level is concerned. That question now has to be posed to their parent club, in my mind, where that is concerned.
Most definitely. So, coach, we want to get into the most important thing. You know why? Coach, I see you as an asset to improve Jamaican football. As a coach, right now, in Jamaica, you have a team that always get the better of you. No matter what you do, them get the better of you. As a coach, what the plan you, what I would say, I never really want to call the names, but I'm going to call the name. Stats. It seems like it no matter what, them just can't get the better of JC. As a coach, what you would have do for no say boy? Cause me the coach, I can hear it now in voice. Like he's a good coach, you know. I rate the coach now, but I can hear it now in voice. Boy, I tell you, football cruel, you know, man. Football really cruel, you know, cause At the first me ever do a coach, but even do a post match after the Manning Cup final. The way I feel. Not feeling it for stats, but I feel it for the coach. For no one say every single time something great he might go do. This school name Real Madrid, JC, always a turn him over. After the interview, at the first me ever feel for somebody in the football. So after the interview, him don't really express himself too much. You can't know if him the high and you can't know if him the low. But at the first, me I watch an interview and I can see. Go back and watch it, people. The lowness of the stats coach. The man say after the final, he might go think about if him for move or switch. Hey, coach, if you watch a program, I would love to get you on the program, all right? Tell you that from now. I rate you as a coach. But boy, JC and Real Madrid, every time the man him through, him beat, coach, what you that do? For no, so every minute they come up against her. You no matter what him do, JC I beat him.
So first, let me personally tell you that Coach Philip William is somebody that I'm close to. I have a lot of respect for him. I think he is one of those coaches also that, in my mind, have a lot to contribute to Jamaica's football.
Good coach.
Yeah, man. But if I tell you what I do, I think he'll beat me the next time we meet each other. But to be honest, we play also in a different level because we have gone up against each other in the Premier League, even before the Manning Cup final. And we would have also played every season that I've been at JC, I've played against Stars every single season. And I've lost to them once. In my first season, a lot of people don't know this. I lost to them 2-1 in our quarterfinals. But in that game, we missed penalties and all of that. But the key to that game was we did not want to lose that game by more than a goal. If we had lost that game by more than one goal, Georges would have gone through to the semifinals. So it was a game that we were losing, but we were not trying to win. If you understand, because the result as is was good for us. Mm-hmm. In the final of the Manning Cup, we won. And then last season, as I said, when Leng announced himself, so sad, that he's no longer with us. Excellent player, excellent talent. He announced himself to us last year. They were leading us, I think, 2 or 3-0. And I had to do something in that game to come back. We came back and we won the game 5-3. This season we played 3 times. The first game, we won 1-0. The second game was on penalty. And the third game was on penalty. But each time we play Stats this year, if the gap started here, each game it got less and less. So it shows that he would have been doing his homework. In the final, we expected that game. And that game was a game that, in my mind, they dominated a lot of it. But we had probably 2 or 3 other clear-cut opportunities. I think Makwan at 1-0 header ball on the upright. Had that goal been scored at 2-0, I think it would have been game over. And then we gave up a goal to a very good player who I didn't think he needed any favors because he was so good. He's such an excellent talent. But we gave him a favor and they got back in the game. But I think overall there have been very good contests between us. And I just said to him to just continue. At the end of the day, sometime when it matters in the future, he might win one. I don't know. He might win one.
Boy, coach, I tell you, coach, I listen to the thing, brother. The thing give me instant headache. Because I am that person who love the thing. I'm passionate, Bridget. I'm not lie. I was really cheering for the coach and the Stats team to beat the coach.
You know that when I was watching the shootout, personally, and I can say this now because the game is over and we have won. When I was watching the shootout, after our very best penalty keeper missed.
Stop, coach. Because Me did want to say something. Me do want to say something about that penalty shootout, you know. But me a great mind.
Go ahead, man.
All right. You see, for me, you see, when let me tell you what beat stats. This is what beat them, in my opinion. You see, whenever the JC player missed the first penalty, right? When they missed the first penalty,
yeah,
I think stats really want to win so bad against, you know, they get what do I call it? They think they win because they were going very well, you know, but they think they win. But psychology, when I look on the player them, is when they miss the penalty for win, I said to the person, Jackson can tell you, I said Jamaica College will not lose this final. And you know why? You see them body language of the stats player. Sometimes, I don't know, but if me was a coach, it's when JC, you see before them kick the last penalty, the fifth penalty for win, and they miss it. If me was a coach, I would get up and run go over. The referee couldn't tell me nothing. I would run go over there and try to bring back the players them and say, hey guys, the game now win. Calm down, just relax. You're still in the game. I think when it comes on to experience, that experience, that's how them lose the final. In my opinion, observation, watching the thing, I may say, yo, coach, go over there, no, man. And you see a player them lost it, all the goalkeeper. They really lost it because they want to win so much. But me tell you about the sleeping giant Real Madrid. Me tell you, Jackson, I said, bro, Jamaica College will not lose the game because them head mash up.
You play the game, Ryan, so you understand these things, you know? And that's it. I think when we miss, I think the celebration got so high from them that they thought they had won now. And in that moment, I turned to my assistant and my trainer and I said to them that, don't worry yourself, man. They just need to miss one. Once they miss one, it's over. Same I said to my assistant. And when they missed one, I know that they wouldn't recover because they were so high, their celebration in the middle of the shootout, that it would have just shattered them. So I think, as you rightfully mentioned, inexperience from the players in that sense, and could have been otherwise or outside of that. Got a little ahead of them. They wanted to win it, and they thought they would have been right there.
But you know, as a player, I play against Jamaica College in a penalty shootout, and from that moment I play in 2012. I never met this moment miss me. I said to myself, say, bro, humble. I said to myself, after I lose that game, I get this persona say, Ryan, you have to stay humble. Stay humble, stay humble, stay humble, stay humble. No matter until it's over, it's over. You see, when we go into the penalty shooter with the JC, we have Rafiki, Brian that usually play for JC and Arnett Garden. And you have Kevin Blackwood who are playing midfield for them at that time. I will play them up a Constant Spring. I will go in a same penalty shootout. Junior Flemings, I know them cheap player there. And you see, before the penalty, brother, I usually play penalty shootout. I'm a community for money in the big goals. Every day we play. So as a goalkeeper, I get that practice, know to see a penalty. And Blackwood them, Kevin Blackwood at the time, no. I'm going to go up in them face, say, bro, you're just dead. And him said to me, say, yeah, I know you're good and thing, but let's see how it go. Yo, I dive for the same Blackwood, Rafiki, and Junior Flemings. I dive the right way, and Pace beat me. I touch a chair them penalty. And the man end up beat me and going at the Walker Cup final. When they went on and lose to Pullmans. And that day up at Constant Spring, it teach me about football that, hey, you need to humble, relax. 2 weeks after that, I play against Portia. I play for Portia Simpson Miller team out of 2 Mile Corner League. 2 weeks, you know. And he go in a penalty shootout again. Brother, I was the most humblest man on the pitch. When I tell you say humble, I just focus, I just relax. I'm going to come up with the wild card, save 3 penalty. And I look on a game that I say, yo, Ryan, if you just humble, if you just never too overconfident, never too overconfident, just stay humble, stay focused. Because football is a game, you know, when it's ready for the chair, you know.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
see a cheap penalty, I say, yo, John won't start. But it just need for humble. And it just bring me back that moment that I say, look at the stats goalkeeper. Yo, humble. They just need somebody to just speak to them and say, hey, gentleman, it no over yet. Stay humble. And that's when me know say them that lose it.
That's true. The experience, as you say, or the inexperience, I think in that moment, it benefited us. You know, it benefited us.
Definitely. People smash the like button. So, coach. Family some wallet down, me too low. Yeah, so coach. Lose my chain of thought, you know. So, leaving. So after you finish, you win everything at that level in Jamaica. Where you see yourself? Because you're a part of the Jamaica national team. Females and both men, right? Boys and men, right? Why do you leave? Because a bright person, smart person, have the qualification, know what it takes to start from the grassroots level and come up. Why you walk away from the Jamaica program? Is it to get sacked or what?
No, it wasn't. It was not a matter of being sacked, but I don't want to say too much on it. But I'll just say that in my mind at the time, the last tour I went on, I think we went to Bermuda for a tour.
We share this, coach.
2017.
2017.
And I never liked how a lot of things went down. And there were some things that happened on the tour that I never liked. I went to Panama before that with the under 17 boys, and that was for me a very terrible experience. Not because we never had the quality, but there was a lot of things going on. And principle for me, it wasn't good. So after I came back from that tour, I said to myself that I needed a break from this because it was not really how I wanted it or how I saw it. And we had some major behind the scenes issues on those two tours. So when I came back, I decided that I was going to step aside from the national program. And I've been out ever since. I've had probably one or two opportunities to go back. But again, for me, it was never and has never been something that I considered doing at that time.
So, based on listening to your story coming up and thing, you not driven to be, what I call it, craving for power, right? As you said. But by listening to your story, I realize that you're a very principled man. You like things to be professionally, you like things to be in together to get the success. Cause that's very, very important. You went overseas, get the knowledge, see a lot of stuff, understand where the game at. And if you don't have that preparation, you don't have that administration structure the right way, you think you're going to fail, so you don't want to.
I'm not afraid of failing, but I want to be in control of what I can control. And if I fail, after that I can put my hand up and say, well, I was just not good enough. But I won't allow you to do things for me to fail. I won't give you that power.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So you talk about very good. So let's move on to broad perspective of Jamaican football now. As a coach, we see that when it comes on to put in a plan, put in a database of the Jamaica College player. Is it because Jamaica College is small? You can do that in that little small piece of box where you can get that success, you think your strategy could work in the whole philosophy in a Jamaica if
I
we go
think
about the right way?
I think it can work anywhere now. Once you are organized, I think what we need to do is to be organized and be deliberate about what we do. A couple years ago, I wrote a letter to the JFF way back. I think it's more than 10 years old now. And I said to them that we will not qualify for another World Cup until we have a plan in place. And by a plan, I mean a deliberate plan, not something that we're hoping. I've always said that hope is a poor man's best friend. You can't hope when you have the power to plan or organize your path. So I think all we need is just a little bit of organization. And there are many excuses that we can find about we lack resources with this. But if you check, organization don't need a lot of money, you know. As a matter of fact, organization save money, and what it does, it utilizes the little resources that you have more efficiently. So I think at any level, whether it's schoolboy, Jamaica, internet, whatever level, organization, having a structure in place is something paramount. And until we get that, we're gonna always be coming back to this issue of not having that sustainability right through the program in Jamaica.
So, coach, great. You think we need, because as we said, we don't need much money, and the Football Federation always talking about don't have the money. And as a coach, I can tell you, going to Excelsior, we don't have the biggest support for the old boys, right? But what we have as a school, Coach Aliman know a few people when coach and reach out to them and, you know, get a look here and there, you know. You will get some tablets. Hey, you link Ryan. I am overseas now and say, yo, Ryan, you needed some Voltaren. That's all I'm asking you for. Just give me a whole heap of Voltaren. Give me a whole heap of thing where can get the player them to that level when it come on to tablet. And then, you know, I know a different person who went to Excelsior and say, hey, can you support a 5 bag of rice? Can you give a maize? Give us some chicken and Reggae Boyz. Can you get some chicken and all of them things? We wasn't the school where have that big support and have a lot of money. So that's why when I speak, people think I'm just turning on my camera and just want to make nice for the Football Federation, because I know we don't need a lot of money to get stuff done and put in place. Now, example, always a ball, but we don't have no facility. Coach, is in a Jamaica we have 5 world-class facility. All right, I'm going to put it at 3. We have 3 world-class facility when you come on to track and field. State of the art.
I wouldn't say that.
You would have said that.
No.
So what's the difference with track and field and football? I know it's an individual sport. I am a student at the game, you know, and I'm still learning. So I want you to help me and teach me to go along. If me just make up crazy nice on YouTube. So I'm still a student at the game and I may learn.
You're correct, man. As I said, a few years ago in a meeting, a technical meeting at JFF, some coaches and stuff were in a room. I was a part of that room. And that same question was asked. And the answer that I gave at the time, I will repeat it now, because at that time I was a little bit more free-spirited, but it hurt a whole heap of people. But it go back to education. Even at the basic school level in our track and field, at the primary and the prep level, we have qualified, well-trained people working with these youngsters, developing these youngsters with little or no resources. I used to teach at a primary school and I used to coach track and field, right?
Hold on the coach. Hold on the coach. What you just said to me a while ago?
I used to teach at a primary school and I have taught at the high school level.
That's why you're great. That's why you're a good coach, man.
And I've taught at JC also for 4 years.
Coach. Just listen me now, man. I know what I talk about, you know. You see me even know say you teach. Just look where everything with the whole thing we are talking about. I just tell you about education.
Very important, man.
Bridging in a football, if you can express yourself as a coach, is very important. You don't think, coach, if you don't know to explain it, express yourself, you think the players them are fool? It no matter the age group where you coach them, you know?
Players pick up on things very fast, you know. And they know who is stupid and who is not so stupid.
Why, coach? Boy, may I tell you, I learn a lot today. You know what I mean? This interview I go down as one of my greatest interview. I did many, you know, but this one is right up there, learning so much from your coach. You understand? And I was searching the internet, you know. Every single time I'm doing interview with somebody, I search the internet for look at them interview to, you know, get a feeling, a character of the person. Reason for that, coach, it can be difficult sometimes to interview a person, especially when them give me one answer. So that's why I always go on, listen to them interview, listen to how them speak and all of them stuff they fit. Know what may I come up to, the challenge may I come up to. Because you have some interview where me talk more.
You have to do your research, man, do your homework, you know?
Yeah.
Even in football, you have to do that. I've played games this year where how I prepare for a game is probably different than anybody else in a schoolboy football this year. And that's how I've always prepared. But I've had games this year. One of the games that I think I had the most challenge preparing for this year was Kingston College game. But it's just about doing your homework. If you do your homework, you can always be ready or be prepared.
Yeah. You come up against Davion Richards. Talk to me.
Yeah, man. So as I said, that was a game that I had to prepare. In first round of schoolboy football, it is hard to prepare because you don't have enough material on these teams, right? But when you reach to the latter part of the competition, a lot of these teams would have made their entry on TV. So you would have seen them, you have video clips of them, or you have people who go to the games and video them and stuff. So I would have had about 4 or 5 games that I had to watch. And how I watch a game is different if I'm watching it just to watch a football game or I'm watching it for work purposes. So in me researching KC and in specific Whisper to John Richards, I came upon a lot of stuff. His profile is a special profile. It's rare to find a player like him at this level, right? So in terms of watching him, I realized that he would have been one of my hardest player to stop or to limit to play, because you can't necessarily stop most of the players from play, but to limit him. So I tried to watch him and I look at everything that he would have done that are his strengths, what he likes to do, his tendencies, all of that. And when I saw all his tendencies, I always, even though I'm doing the interview, I have my paper and my pen, and I just write down all the tendencies, all the entries that he made in the box, all his chance that he creates, everything. I just look at them in totality. But when I go back, I realize that there has to be a source to him. So I wanted to know limit or to cut that source to him and force him to play in areas that he's not comfortable playing in. We spent about 3 days on the training pitch trying to implement the plan. And for me, we won the game. I was disappointed in a way because he scored a free kick in that game. But I thought that we played that game that didn't warrant him scoring any at all. And I think the plan was so good because we didn't man mark him, because you can't man mark a player like that. If you man mark him, he's gonna leave you for dead. So we had a plan which worked. But
I realize I watch the game. I watch a game, so I don't made it on the same term again. So I am watching the game and I'm saying it's every single time he's love to go on him left. He like to cut inside. I realize every single time him cut inside, coming inside for kick, the defensive midfield is on, and the right midfield or the left midfield always come back close where him find it difficult to get into space. Even if him jiver, he probably, jiver and pass one man, but another player will slow him down and things. So I realize that every time left hand side come in, I realize in that game, him go on the right hand side and then go on the left hand side. So, but what the midfield though for JC, same thing when him go over on the other side. Same thing them go over there. You show him the respect, you don't man mark him, but every time him pick up the ball, you close him down, you box him. That's him can't get a whole heap of space, because the little inch space I give him going to kill you.
You mentioned a box, you mentioned a diamond. So we always have a diamond around him. Yeah. So is that box similar? But what we do each time is we allow him that first contact. So you allow him that first touch. But he has to now prepare that ball. So in his preparation now, that's the touch that we want to press. Not his first touch, because he's so good that he's gonna beat you. He's gonna get rid of you in that first movement. So we give him that first touch and then allow the closest person to him to allow him to prepare it across his body. And once he prepare it across his body, now we have our 8 who will just come and pick it off him. So he had to move from right to left, as I said, and then eventually he started to go deeper for the ball, which was what we wanted, because the supply was not coming to him. So he realized that the supply was not there, so he had to now take up the game on his own. And
even when him go deep in a coach, even when him deep in him, still dangerous. Now what you do? On him beat one man, on foul him, on slow him down.
You have to. He's a player that can play so well in transition, and KC was all about transition. So what we wanted to do was to give them less of those transitional moments.
They play like Liverpool, where you give them that space, they will kill you. And if you realize the Clarendon College game, that's similar transition where they're very quick, they're dangerous, because Davion Richard is up there. He will just win the game by himself.
Malone can win. Him alone can win a football game. He's that good. And mentally, he's very strong. So when I saw after about 20 minutes, he was actually getting into a little rant with our right back, I recognized that, yes, he is basically irritated. And that's what we wanted to do, to get him irritable. But it was a good game. I think we managed the game well. So that was one of the hardest game I think we have prepared for all season, in terms of trying to get a plan in place without stopping us from playing. Because we wanted to play, because we know that we can exploit their backline in that game.
Okay, fair enough. So, coach, I want to ask you something else. Still a student of the game, I'm still a learner. Because the World Cup qualify, Jamaica have an analyst coach. And God knows where me that analyze, because the same goal them score upon the team. Your analyst at Jamaica College. What's his name?
All right, so we have 2 persons that we actually work with. As I said, one is no longer with us. He used to, for me, he is probably one of the better ones. And then we have another one. I don't want to call his name because he's working outside of the space right now.
Okay. All right. So what still as students? Reason why I ask them question. What is the role of a video analyst? In my opinion, this is what me think. I think to be a video analyst coach, this is just my opinion. I say this no way I think, but this is just my understanding. Where if me have a video analyst, I think him have to understand the game. That's the first important thing, to understand the game. Right? I don't know all the video analysts do. So I'm still try to ask question. And the reason why I ask this question because of the senior Reggae Boyz team that so many same goals score upon us from goal for the last 15 months, and he was an analyst. So what is the job of the analyst, the video analyst? Tell me, walk me through the role as a video analyst.
The video analyst, he works on both sides. So he scout the opponent, but he also work on analyzing his own team or your team. The coach also requests any specific things that he wants the analyst to give him. But the main areas that he would analyze on an opponent is the elements of the game. Moments in attack, moments in defense, the both transition, and what they do in set pieces. And then they also look at basically key players for the opponent. And he would create like a little 45 to a minute profile video or composition of these key players for the opponent. You can also ask him for analysis on how the last 10 goals were scored on them, or how they scored their last 10 goals, just to get a feel of it. But they also analyze your team in terms of, they can analyze individually, but they can also analyze the different aspects, like how you set up in attack, how you set up in defense, how you play in the transition, and as you mentioned earlier, how you concede goals, set pieces or otherwise. So these are things that he or she is responsible for producing. But the problem with that now is that getting the information is one. What you do with it is another. Because you can get all this information, but what you're going to do with it? How can you now implement what the video analyst would have brought to you and the opponent, or what he would have brought to you and your team, to get them to be better than they were the last game or the last day at training. So I think that's a job for us in terms of the video analyst.
Definitely. Me kind of have a little bit of understanding. That means that somebody wasn't taking the information then. Either the video analyst or the coach.
Normally the video analysts they're on point. They just provide the information that you request. You have to use it. You can decide not to use it. Because I've got information already from video analysts, and when I see it, I watch a team myself before 2 times, and I said to them, but what you produce to me is good, but I think I want to approach it this way.
Okay. Fair enough. But coach, you have a caller, sir. I'll take the caller. Caller, good evening. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, man. Good evening. Here I am. Carlton here. Yes, coach. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, man. Good night, man. Thank you.
So, from Westmoreland. So, you are now. The thing when they love to see you as a man in the schoolboy program, once you come back with, where I used to. I want you to talk to each other, so we come back with Arman in a hall like that. That's some of these youth guys, let's school them. Where they can see them, that person can see them, because you have other good player where they are in school, because if suppose excels, no reach nowhere, and you have one outstanding player and he get last. If Arman pick, you not go see me, You understand?
Yeah, man, I think probably
Yeah,
Ryan can tell you, people from ISA are probably listening and they'll hear.
Yeah. The coach say he might listen to you. Cause me thing we normally, Carla, you happen. Me thing we normally when we take the WhatsApp call, it now work. I don't know why it now work. It was giving me a little bit of problem. So I have to find a different way to do that interview. So but the coach say basically Issa probably watching and they probably see it. So definitely we'll take
So
some
that I
information.
support you.
Same say something that him support, but you call me catch up with you back again because the system now I forgot to say the system now work and I take the call. Because it don't make no sense way.
all right, brother. Yeah, man. Come
All
on.
right, respect. But yeah, coach. But coach, listen, man, it's a pleasure speaking to you. I went through a few interviews with you and I haven't see they go detail. You know, as I say, I love to be different from everybody else, you know, where you're coming from. I like to listen to this story because I'm a student of the game. You know what I mean? No man in the world have everything, have every solution. No coach have every solution. Sometimes you are trying to find a solution that you probably call Jackie Walter, you probably call Aliman, and him have the solution. You understand? So I'm still learning, right? I'm really still learning. I'm a student of the game. So I really appreciating you coming, you know, and share your thought and stuff. So appreciate it, man, coach.
Yeah, man, the pleasure is mine, man, you know. Appreciate this.
Definitely. One more thing. You know, I'm on present now.
I'm actually in St. Anne's as we speak. I've been there since July. I've been there since July.
Yeah?
Yeah, man, I've been there since.
Listen, me give it more hard time, you know. Right? And I think he's the assistant coach, right?
Yeah, man, I am.
You is the assistant coach for Coach Whitmore. What would you say what type of person Coach Whitmore is as a coach on the training pitch?
I'm very knowledgeable. As you know, he used to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
Players love him. He's more trying to bring the unit together. So he bring all of us together and trying to get us to understand what it takes to actually play at the next level. So I think based on how we're doing so far also in the table, you know, it has been a good start and we're trying to improve each day.
All right. So, coach, what are your role at Mount Pleasant right now as the assistant coach? What are your role?
As I said, to support the coach, support the staff. I've been here for a while, but I've been here now full time since the schoolboy football season ended. So it's just about now getting back reacquainted with the group and trying to, as I said, every day see how we can improve each other, both as staff and as players.
Definitely, coach. I speak to somebody, you know, them say he's a very good video analyst, you know. He's a very good coach, you know. What do you mean? Video if you analyze the team and then come up with the strategy of your plan. So that means me I get them good things from big people in the football in a Jamaica. You know. That means only supposed to win the Premier League, when you buy the whole of Jamaica, when you have the best team, when you have the bus, when you're supposed to win. Talk to me.
As I said, I like to look at deeper things in the game. I like to, as whoever tell you that, I like to analyze the game. I like to look at what the opponent is doing, and I like to create plans to basically counter what the opponent is doing. So that's me personally as a coach. Mount Pleasant is a good project. For us, is a new project. Not new team, but a new project. And when you bring a certain amount of players into a particular setting, it will take a little time for it to fully come together. But I think we're actually getting there. We're getting better each day. The objective clearly is to do well and to really unlock that code in the Premier League. We have played 6 games so far and we're joined at the top Harborview, sorry. So I think we're actually finding our feet very nicely. And I think in the next part of the season now, I think we should actually make a push or a deep run in the competition.
Definitely, definitely. So, coach, where you see yourself in the next 5 years? Where you want to achieve? Is it still staying in Jamaica, or you want to go to that next level to learn the game? And like Miguel Coley, that part of that coach get the opportunity to be a part of the senior team, the assistant coach, and then him get the opportunity to go with Schaefer overseas. Coach, you're bright, you're smart, right? I would love to see you overseas, where especially if you achieve all your goal where you want, where you think you achieve in a Jamaica. Where you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Good question. I've had interests from different spaces. I have a contact in Europe now that he has gotten a few lower level, I wouldn't say jobs, but the opportunity to work with some top clubs as an intern. It's something that I'm actually seriously considering because I also see myself overseas. But this might sound conflicting, but I don't know how long I'll continue to be a coach. I don't know how long I'll continue in football. It depends on what the next few years bring. If certain things happen within the next few years, definitely I see myself continuing. But if it doesn't happen, I'm a person who likes to be ahead of certain things. I like to plan and I like to organize myself. So I might not be in football in 5 years from now, as well as I might be in football at the next level. Because locally, I'm frustrated with a lot of the football and a lot of the things that happen in our football. And those in football circle, in the JFF and in other areas of our football, they know of my frustration, they know of my position. I was this close to walking away from football totally. And then some people in CONCACAF that know me for years now, and also in Jamaica's football, really convinced me and said that I have too much to give to really to walk away from football so far. But I'm a person, if I'm in something and it's not going anywhere, I'm going to try something else. So for now, as I said, my interest is to try to see over the next few years what will happen. But I have a few opportunities overseas. Hopefully, in the future, I might pick up one of them.
Soon coming, right?
There's a particular situation now that just to add to what I said earlier, where I have an offer on the table to go to Portugal. Top 5 club in Portugal for 6 months to just understudy the operations at the club at the first level. Not a work, but an opportunity to just understudy. So if I wasn't here at Mount Pleasant, no, I think I would have been there. So let me see how the next few months go, and then I see what I'll do thereafter.
Johnny, your coach, boy, big man thing. As me say, as a man, better come, you go. Now I go tell you, say, no go. I know you have a lot to offer to Jamaican football. I know you love it. I know you're passionate about it. I know you want to see the Jamaican team succeed. I know you want to see the Jamaican football get better and better. But I am telling you, coach, we keep on losing the most important people then because of how the operation is going on in Jamaican football. It's not everybody can strong to still see a lot of things going wrong. And make you understand the frustration. It frustrated in a bridging for come every day, and cause the same people them, You understand? So make you understand how you feel, coach, and I just wish you all the best. Can't "Woo, coach no go. No. You want to better your family and you go Portugal. Wherever you go across the world, brother. Big experience. Listen to Coach Carbone. He tell me, Ryan, I thought I know a lot about coaching. But went to Bolton Wanderers for 1 year. Him say, Ryan, the amount of knowledge, the amount of thing I learn first hand with the first team, see how the club operates, see how things is going. Man say, Ryan, when I come back to Jamaica, I feel like a monster. I feel like I can lift up the whole of Jamaica. I saw the coach I tell me based on the information and the more hands-on with I think Big Sam was at the coach at the time him went. And him say, Ryan, the knowledge him get and thing. I may I tell you this, coach, it's not hard for the Football Federation to say, hey, write some letter to these big country, these big club. Hey, we have a young coach up and coming. We sort out him arrangement and thing. We just want him to stay there to get the experience and to bring back that knowledge and come and coach you youth them. But
These
I
things happen
understand
every day, man. These opportunities happen every day. It's just that we're not really positioning ourselves for them, A few years ago, I went to Peru, a club in Peru by the name of Alianza Lima, top club in Peru, and I did 4 weeks there, and then I went to Uruguay and I did another 4 weeks there, so I did 8 weeks. And as I said, Coach Brown said, it's remarkable. It's remarkable what you can achieve, and that opportunity was given to me because I had a contact who coaches in South America, and he saw me and saw the potential, and I had to find my way, yes. But at the end of the day, I think it was worth it.
definitely. Coach, man, we can hear on and speak, but it's just a pleasure for all the information, the knowledge that sometimes I second guess myself, if the Aliman thing them outdated. But no, sometimes and then for a year you come and I say these things, me I say, oh Ryan, me dep on the right part. Me not just chat too much as we for the man in the Football Federation and say me always a bash and all of them things. But more want to see the thing come good, brother.
Have to. We need more people like you attack the truth and attack it without filter. Some man, too much man in the thing, not really talk the thing or the thing to talk.
Yeah,
Because it's
coach, man.
unpopular. Unpopular.
Yeah, coach, I'm telling you, man, I'm all for Jamaican to get better, but I can understand you frustrated. You understand? And everybody I go, me decide say, yo, me not stop till changes come. You know it must come. I could have 10 years me I beat out my throat. I want to save another youth from the garrison.
And that's why we continue to do it, Ryan, because it's more about saving life, giving opportunity to some youth where they wouldn't get it normally. They wouldn't get it. I was at a game the other day and I saw Shaman Nichols come up and him come hug me up and talk, coach, or go on. And me and him the day I was a little talk. And for those who know him, football give him an opportunity, football give him a way forward, and he can share that with everybody. So it's more of those stories that kind of keep you going. When you have a youngster where you get from humble beginnings and you get him a scholarship to a top university where you get 40,000 US each year for 4 years, where if you ask him or his whole family to find the first
Can't
thousand
find it.
out of that, you can't find it. So these are the things that really make you continue to do this thing and really try as best as possible to save some youth. Because it's more about saving some life than anything else when you come on to certain youth.
Definitely. Coach Shamar is doing no really kickstart, me think me and Shamar can stay over my yard and look over Shamar yard. You understand? So when me talk about Shamar, me see it as a garrison youth from Rima. And I see what Shamar do in our community. Get him moved to Belgium. The youth them where they run him from him small. All the money I go buy a taxi. And I see him give youth. I say, yo, go and go make a life. I see the impact where football can save a whole heap of youth from going the wrong way. And Shamar is always a humble youth. And as I say, football is everything for a lot of these youth, brethren. And I tell you, and that's the reason why I'm still there. Because I say, Shamar make it. Look how much other youth that eat from Shamar.
Yeah, man.
You understand? So, I want to see you more youth bust out. You understand? So, I'm just hoping to see if a couple more youth can bust out. They just need that opportunity. You understand? But coach,
Now it's even more than even when you used to play around.
You are. I
more
tell
about-
you them, coach, me tell you them say, yo, me I tell you, coach, when me and youth a play, it's all about the girls and the big batty and all them. But
Yep.
I always go back to Excelsior and say to the youth them, say, hey, listen, when I can't done woman, me they think me can done woman. But woman we done you. I'm gonna go back and say to them, say, hey, nothing wrong if you have your local girlfriend and thing, but not have too much you get distracted. I remember when going to school, brother. Always they are run behind the girls and them always I do them schoolwork. Sometimes the girls say, right, come there schoolwork, come no exam, come home, study together. No, I'm not depend that. Get lost. So me I say to the youth them say, yo, nothing wrong in there having a local girlfriend, but make sure you beat the book. Try get a scholarship. Try to, get a subject they make you go upper six. So you're very good at football, you can get the opportunity to go in at the USL or you go in at the college or something. But no leave school and you know get nothing where you can't bounce back on and all of them things. So I am here trying to make sure that my really goal is to make you get them opportunity. You know what I mean? And speaking out on things where everybody's supposed to get. I know life is not fair, but everybody in Jamaica is supposed to have the equal opportunity when it comes on to picking the national team, coach and all of them things. That's why me there to get out the corruption and make level. Me not go stop that. I could have go lay down right now with my wife and my 2 kids. Them. Me not nothing. Me youth them there. Me not really have nobody here back at Jamaica. My family there with me. When me have to lose. Me not nothing to lose. I could have not do this. But guess what? I come from the garrison and I know say, yo, when me a youth, nobody no really talk. When it come on to football, I love football now. You know what I'm saying? All of my youth, them I go to school with, all of them always tell me. Every day, when exam just done in Barcelona and Chelsea and all of them things, I say, you know, see the game. Man, them say, Rima, we just done exam and you talk about football. So when them see me I do this, them say, boy, Rima, you can chat the whole day now because you love football. I did love it more than my schoolwork, brother. Every team in the Jamaican Premier League, them time the water put the man them name in the whole squad. Ryan never and them put. Me know all of the boys Stone, part of them. Michael Campbell, all of them. Javon Benjamin, Kirk Porter, all of them play up on the water bridge. I study all of them. Harbour View, I can name the Jeremy New, the Taylor, all of them, brother. I study them. Do you love it, brother? All at school, brother. When I come on, I beat everybody talking about sports. So when them see me, I say, boy, you really have a talk show about football. They love it. You understand? Some of the man them for just do the right thing, Bridging, because it not take nothing. We are getting enough money from FIFA, and we are getting enough money from Adidas in the new year. When you think when you take pressure yet, wait till next year, because we know all of the much money we get. So nobody ramp to the youth football. Adidas, youth football, they must sponsor it. Grassroots and thing. So we must think so when you go do no craziness. We need changes in the football. But anyway, coach, big up yourself. Thanks for coming in. Really do appreciate it, coach, from the bottom of my heart and stuff. You know, so nothing but love and respect, coach, man. What you have to say to the fans before you leave? Final say to the big Real Madrid, Jamaica College, fan base.
Yeah, you cannot talk and leave out Arsenal, Ryan.
No, Arsenal look good,
Realize
man.
it from one side of the
No,
divide.
because no, you happen, brother. Because I want to see Real Madrid, brother, and no matter how you hear them, I say JC I lose, JC I lose. That Real Madrid always this. It just like how everybody want. True, just Real Madrid always win. Everybody I say somebody else can get a chance.
True.
And I see him thing with Jamaica. Yeah, man, just Jamaica can get somebody else a chance, and them whack them up. No, man, Arsenal a good coach, man. Who make you start support Arsenal? Big
Right.
coach, Arte Wenger. Arsenal look good, brother.
Come back in a June and ask me that.
Arsenal now win the Premier League, coach.
So come back in a June and ask me that. But on a serious note, still, as I said, it's a pleasure, man. It's a pleasure coming on and things. As I always tune in when I can. I'm gonna follow your work. I'm gonna follow the progress over the years, and we see it. You know, we have a voice. I give voice to some areas of the football we never normally get no attention, and you probably don't know the effect we have in terms of certain man have to start look over them shoulder now before them do certain things, because if them do certain things, them know it will get highlighted, and that's the difference with now than 10, 15 years ago. Everything now, whether it's good or bad, because some people use it for the bad, is now in the public's domain. So it kind of help accountability. So as I said, for me, it's all about continuing to do the work, trying to help as much youth as possible. We have some coaches also, I'm a mentor, because I've been a part of
GC first.
yeah, so I've been a part of also getting coaches to mentor me. As I say, Halliman is somebody where I probably today the only day pass. Him not call me, but him send me a message. So
Yeah.
somebody me and him constantly talk. Me and him is like that. Him see me as him son. So we have a lot of young coaches like myself, and we try to see how we can even help them like how people help me. So as me say, I just love man and love. Nothing else, just love and more love.
Hey, coach, before you leave, you know, as they say about man, I look over them shoulder. This is the last thing before me let you go. A particular person called me a couple weeks ago and said, brother, with J50, brother, you know you mash up the football. So the person said to me, you know, and the person said, yo, the amount of thing that people who are coming in at the football next year I see, and them I watch your program. I say, brother, how me I mash up the football? Me there in Canada, how me I mash it up? Tell me. The man say, yo, you're the only vlogger I thought be bad. So me I say, you know, if you have the balance, if me are the only one that thought bad, there's some man him not thought bad. So how me I mash up the football? Me alone can mash up the football. I mean, even the person mentioned, I say, bro, you make that person, you know, want come back here and this and that and because the man I watch your program every minute. This, what is it? And I say, one thing I leave with him in a coach. You think you see pressure yet? Wait till 2023. Wait till the 1st of January. Because them do some things about the logo, the Reggae Boyz logo, where the man them back the whole deal thing I go on. But I wait till me get the full information. When you go think pressure yet, I go enjoy Christmas now, I enjoy my family time, but the work is on January the 1st. So look out for me. I think when you get there. Anyway, coach, big up yourself. Walk good and stay blessed. Enjoy the Christmas with the family. And I wish you all the best with Coach Whitmore with the Jamaican Premier League. You know what I mean? Eyes on you guys, you know. Eyes on you guys. Wallip, because we have the whole national team down there.
Give thanks.
Coach, assistant coach, everybody I say, boy, Ryan, that team there, and them are win the Premier League. So we are going to watch and see. But coach, what would big up to you and your family, nothing but love and respect, and appreciate you coming in, man.
Yeah, man, give thanks.
Yeah, man, enough respect. So, people, we're supposed to have the Sentan president. We're supposed to have him, I think, we should have him Wednesday gone. Coach, you can leave whenever you're ready. We're supposed to have him Wednesday. gone. But circumstance, we didn't get the sentence president. I can promise you guys, next week, we will have the sentence president on the show. People is calling for it. We're going to give you guys what you guys want. TikTok, you could have ball mercy. You could have ball mercy. Changes more. And me want to be a part of the changes. So TikTok, if you don't like the negativity, people going forward 2023, if you don't like the negative, please stay away from Ryan Sports Classic. I beg you. If you don't like the negative, stay away. Please, 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 please. Stay away. Please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate every single one of you guys that support the show and want good for Jamaican football. Right? Appreciate all of you guys. All right. So 2023, it's not going to be an easy year. Don't believe that me get the president and everybody on my show. It going to be a cakewalk, not under my dead body. All right. So big up on yourself, people. I wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. People, like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, from your boy Ryan and Sports Classic, can be a classic we give you guys around here. We just have the big quote from Jamaica College. So, like up the stream, pick up on yourself. People don't know nothing about love and respect. Appreciate it. All right. Don't forget to check out the merchandise. It's very, very important. I'm telling you guys, check out the merchandise. All right. Yeah, man. Check out the merchandise. Like, share, subscribe. Leave your thought down in the comment section if you watch. Yeah, man. Like, share, subscribe. Reggae Boyz fans, don't forget to check out the merchandise. Follow the movements. Support the movements. Purchase the merchandise. Reggae Boyz Nation. We have the hat. We have the cups. Check it out. We have a lot of different merchandise in the store. Show your boy Ryan LFC some love and support. Buy the merchandise. Let me know. What do you guys think about the merchandise? Would you guys purchase one of the merchandise? I would really appreciate it. It help the channel, bro. And it help the channel put back some money in the channel to buy equipment. So I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Peace.
Hi, my name is Tiffany Cameron, Reggae Girls top striker, and you are watching Ryan LFC YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.